and we are streaming, and as people are already pointing out in the chat, it is Friday the 13th today. So how are we all doing other than being superstitious whatsoevers? Right, let's see who's got queued up. We currently have Rise, Prospero, and myself queued up now. Just waiting on one more so we can see what kind of normal standard games we have on today of days. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. Okay, that's fine. I am perfectly willing to accept that you are a sheep. That goes beep, beep, beep. That is entirely in keeping with what I know about you. Which admittingly is not a lot, but yeah. Right, just waiting on one more. We do have 4 people queued, but somebody is just lurking. Squad up, getting there. Rise decided to ping me a video, which I'm not going to play because, yeah. It's the Always Lurker. Actually, to be fair, the Always Lurker hasn't always been around, but for whatever reason, he doesn't want to play. He just likes to know how many people are here. Well, we do need one more, otherwise I'm going to have to go to backup plan, which is adjust the thing and go Sanma, or start playing some ranked games on Sol, and we don't want to do that. I mean, fair, but at the same time, practice, and it also gives me... Have I taught the cats to play it? No. Artie has very little interest in Mahjong. He has some interest in me when I'm working, but mostly he just enjoys chasing the mouse pointer around the screen. I suppose I could extend that to Mahjong, but again, he'd have to stay here and has... Because it's a kitten with an attention span of a 4-month-old, it's not really the sort of thing he's massively interested in at this point. Maybe in a couple of years' time when he settles down. Starts becoming middle-aged or whatever. But I'll tell you what, if we take much longer, I might have to consider that. Oh dear, I'm going to have to poke for Discords. Bear with me 2 moments. Practice, and we're always looking for a sucker to join. To be fair... I'm gonna say something. Yeah, in all honesty, we all have our days. It's fine. I mean, the worst thing that happens here, if you play and don't feel comfortable, is that I can do an analysis round afterwards on that game and actually just see if we can go over and find out why you're not comfortable with things or what the problems are. But honestly, the more games you play, the better it gets. At least up to a point. The point I'm at, really, which is the point. As good as you can be without trying to study for more of it, in all honesty. And to be honest, I tend to overplay things. I tend to go for memes far more often than... to be fair, I'm not the most meme-worthy person here, but I too tend to go for big hands when they are available. I also tend to focus fire on quite a lot of stuff. I just can't be bothered with the study side of things, which is where Kyril has got to, and it's why Kyril is now a better player than me, officially. But honestly... Up to the point of just getting enough games in to be consistent, which is my level, I can tell you all the way up there how to get there. Speaking of, is Kyril around? He's online, not apparently doing anything, but goodness knows what that means these days. Right. I'm going to poke. However, that we are going to get Artie on stream, and he's going to do some things for us. Sure. To be fair, this changes every time I describe the hands. The only sort of hands you need to know about, but there are only a certain number of hands you need to know about in order to start playing. And then the combinations you get used to as the game goes on. I mean, to be fair, when you first start playing, it's amazing enough to identify a basic free tile weight, or free types of tile weight. I'm getting to the stage now where I can recognize when I have a chance to go into 4s and 5s. I don't always do it because I see it afterwards. But when you can start seeing how to get into the sort of the many-sided weights, and more importantly, avoid through 10 for those weights. Yeah. I mean, I'd say more than 2, if I'm being brutally honest. Because Chi-Toi is less of a play form. Chi-Toi is more of a backup plan. But Toi is always worth knowing about. We have Lily! Thank you, Lily. We can start. Okay. Well, in that case, Rise, Prospero, Lily, and myself, random seats, start. Good luck all. And since we do have newish players in the chat, I encourage you to ask any questions, provided it's not going to give any specific parts of my hand away. You can certainly ask me about why I did certain things if I can answer in just talking without having to do a text explanation. But again, it's the usual sort of rules with this sort of thing. Anyway, sorting out the table. Let me also just check one thing before I go any further with this, because I don't need that. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Let's wait with this. Alright, no worries. Well, I mean, you're always welcome to Draconis, as you know. But let's see how this goes to start with. So, we know Lily is good. But, again, all of these players are good on their day. Alright, start with North. There's a chance of a 4 North reset, but it's low, and also this is the sort of hand we wouldn't mind taking a redo on. Alright, second turn, Dragon. I mean, I'm not just copying Rice's discards, but normally second turn Dragon is usually a good time to start getting rid of things you don't think you can build or have very limited returns. Rigadon's also arrived in the queue, so we'll see if we can get a second game going a bit later. See, we poke and occasionally it works. Okay. I'm getting rid of these because there's the only tiles that improved honor tiles are single additional honor tiles. South is the last one we're getting rid of because it's a current seat wind. It is a bonus tile, obviously. But it's still... What we got going around is probably better. Even these closed weights are strictly better because if we draw 4 or 6, that gives us a better shape and we get rid of the external tiles on the outside. Still, Prospero, presumably from that, is going for some form of Chi-Toi. So we're going to discard the 1-3 on this side. Because Tanya was a consideration here as well with what we got going on. Greetings, Larry. 1 white played. We can afford to play another white. Obviously, me and Rise both going for tan pin hands as well. This is a slight bit of defense here, but you can tell from the first 6 discards if somebody's doing anything unusual. It's worth noting. Lily, obviously, with a starting 7, continuing 5, she might just be trying to purge that suit. In truth, 2 1s would be typical, especially with Adora as a second discard, though. Maybe something is going on a bit with that. Who knows? But again, me and Rise definitely going for tan pin hands. Prospero going for Sozu Honitsu with the 1 call made. And also, Artie's decided to join me. Hello, bud. Are you interested in Mahjong after all, or are you just here for food? I've given you your food. Seven's okay. We're going to play 9 here. The slight worry here is that Prospero has played a middle Sozu tile, and if he is going for the Honitsu, that's a Tempai indicator. Evening, Jesper. Oh, that's unfortunate. We also can't really play free against that, so we might even just be folding here. Which is very early to be considering this sort of thing, but actually it's probably correct now. If we go for Sanzo, it's going to be all-in push. Sanzo safe. That tile came from his hand, so Sanzo should still be safe. There we go. It was just a slow start. We were stuck on 3 for a little while. We currently have Rigdon and Demo currently queued up, so if we get 2 more, we will start a sub-game. I doubt she wants to, so. Played a 1, has played 2 1s and a 3. Yep, no worries. Okay, Honitsu then. So we have to consider that tempo. We have hit multiple Dora here. The interesting part of this is, of course, that the 3 was an early discard that way. We are probably, however, going to play the 5-pin here. If it turns out to be an East only, fine. Yeah. I can live with that. A 2,000 dealing to move the hand on isn't the worst for us, so that's fine. And we knew it was safe to the Riichi, which could have been a higher value. So a slightly planned Sashikomi there, but we'll see. Also, I already decided to just hang out down here rather than... The tiles aren't that confusing, but they might be to you. Alright. 1 man. This is a reasonable enough starting hand. Probably should play North earlier, but North and Red is discarded in the first stage here. It's only helpful for a second one. We do like a bonus tile, admittingly, but we're not going to hoard that. We're just going to go for a faster hand. So we can go Pinfu 1. Pinfu Dora 1. That's probably what we want to be doing. Yeah, let's got the 4 man here. Let's start giving indications that we want nothing to do with this suit. See if we can sneak things in here. If we get a lucky freeze, so that would be ideal. North is almost certainly going to be a safe discard at the end of the game. So we'll see if we can go from that. Completely isolated. If you draw a 3-pin, it's still more useful than just having the random 9, so even pairing one of these up isn't the worst. It's not the best for us, but not the worst. Drawing a second one is a bit painful.
Riichi.
Alright, rise with a Riichi in our dealer turn. Well, red we should be safe. It's the 3rd one.
No.
8-pin was not a safe tile. So, especially on the Ipatsu, always try and play a safe tile even if it undoes your hand. Because Ipatsu means it's got a much higher chance of being a significant one. In this case, Rise hits Mangan off of that, takes the lead. And we've lost our dealer turn. This is an okay-ish start. I mean, really, I'm just going for red and 1, but... my standard is a little disjointed, but yeah, we can skip the first one. The other consideration, of course, with the Red Dragon only hands is that it is only 1 Han. You don't have to take it. There are situations where you want to, but you don't have to in most situations. And at this point, having 2 safe discards for later in the game might actually be what we want. It also makes the remaining red a little bit more risky for the other players later in the game, which means they might slow their hands down. Small, subtle advantages, I suppose. As dealer, it's usually advantageous to just take it and go, because, again, table pressure, and people are more likely to deal into you because they don't know when you're tempo. But... there we go. We have 2 FC safe tiles. We have 2 safe tiles, so we'll use them and see where we go. Could be a Honitsu of some kind. Not impossible. Which might actually just be really quick tempo as well. We can follow the 8 discard that's been made. Alright, Prospero calling for advancement. Something we're not going to do. We can play green against both. I'm actually going to play a 1-pin here rather than do that. So I think Lily, if she's in anything, it's going to be a Pinzu Honitsu, because she played that 4 straight after the call, which has the look of trying to get the risky tile out of the way first. Could be wrong, but I mean, there might even have nothing to do with what her hand is. But it was a big value hand, so okay, Dora free. Yeah, calling for a Dora free hand, that's fine as well. We go to 3rd, and that is a bit of a gap now developing. Alright, 1 Dora in a slightly awkward starting hand. Do we go for Chitoi this early? Don't know if we're going to, but we'll consider things here. I mean, it's not a bad Chitoi hand. We've got plenty of 1s, 9s on there. We can go 6-pin, 7-pin, and try and suggest Sozu Honitsu. Although that doesn't necessarily flow with that. Alright, let's play a 1-man, and we'll give it 1 more consideration on that. Ideally, I would like to keep the 1-man for safety here, but if we can build a hand without that, then I think that's not a bad way for us to go. Yeah, because see here, now it's sort of building up to a normal H hand again, so I think we're out of the Chitoi plan, at least for the time being. So considering this is a pair of 7s, 3-4, 3-4, or if we can get any middle tiles around that, it's just going to extend in that direction. Alright, play the risky tile at the start, or the riskier tile at the start here. So what we have here is a 5-7-9 shape with some upside. What we might end up having to do though is discarding one of these 2 pairs we currently have, but we'll see. Either way, double tone from Medela. So immediately 2 Han to worry about, and she could be waiting on anything. She has already discarded Dora though. We have Dora too. Okay. So we could go on a calling spree here if we wanted to, I suppose, but he played middle 4, middle 6 in quick succession, so 5-8 Sozu weight is not impossible. We also could call for Tanyo as well. That's another option we do have here. Nuno 9 was safe from a couple of turns ago. Alright. Let's see with this one. I'm not massively convinced here, I'm gonna be honest, but we'll have a go. I'm less convinced now than I was. Oh dear. Oh well. Part of the problem is I'm going to have to discard these 7s, I think. The way I'm currently building. White Dragon, 1 played earlier. Fine for the moment. Torso is safe though. It's the second. Well, it's the second torso discard. Well, now we're just back to where we were a couple of turns ago. Rah. I mean, she just doesn't want Sozi. Hold on. 6, 6, 8, 8. No, we don't have enough information to just discount that. We have 3 8s and 2 6s so far. Alright. Take the Ishan turn. Technically better. Alright, there we go. 4 so for the win. Tanya Dora 2. This is not the way to build this hand. I'm just going to point that out now. But Sozi have been so cheap. And if nothing else, dealer pressure. And she doesn't want that tile. Call for tempo? Nope. Somebody thinking about it, maybe. Alright, Haite.
Tenpai.
Yeah. Bit of nonsense going on there, but we continue. Okay, so we have Concealed Haku, we also have Dora. So, better than the last one. We'll say that. If I can get an early 7-man, this hand is pretty decent. 7 so is not the worst, actually. I don't think we want any kind of Sanshku nonsense, at least at that end, so we'll get rid of a 9-pin here. Even if we drove a 7, we weren't unlikely to go that route. But we have a potential Dragon Call thing here. We'll see. Pair of 2s. Ishanten. Draw 7, we have Riichi, Dora. Okay, gonna hold off. Kanri is fine, but we'll see. We want to get the last tile, so either the 3, 6, so or the 7 man.
Genius!
Especially against what Prospero is up to. We don't want to Khan and put ourselves 1 back, because I think is what we want to do here. That should work. So we're still at the same position, really, but having that Khan is quite nice in its own regard. Yeah, I want to cut the 9-8. I feel this is the better way to go with it. Because we can also call those 2 and the 8 if we want to here, so... We're up against the south only. It's the thing to note with this. So if we can reach this, this feels fairly devastating to what Prospero's up to. Short of him having a triplet of 1s.
Riichi.
See 2 8s. Hello there, Mono. Yeah, as I say, the Rikana reach is a little devastating to what Prospero's up to. See if it continues. We want an 8-man to be proven safe, really. I mean, 7-man would 7 so would do, but you know, if 7 so gets played, we are probably calling that the Tempai at this point, as mentioned. Oh, that is horrible. Go on, Rose. There was a triplet of threes. All the triplet of fours now as well. 8 was played right before the reach, so maybe. This is not a good weight against what is going on here. Just as an FYI. No realistic way to fold this, though. That's the thing. So we might as well stick with it. Oh, this feels bad. Oh, that feels bad. I mean, honestly, I've got nothing, so let's just see. Six isn't good. 4 isn't good. 3 is probably worse than anything else at this point, but there's only one of those left. Could easily be in a 3-6 weight. Okay. Prosper's gone into a naked weight with a south only, so fine.
Huh?
He's giving us all the freebies on this one. Yeah, if you get into a position where you're forced to play a Sanzo, you are just, that is not an advisable tactic. Naked weights almost never have their place in this game. Oh boy. Well, that's made my situation slightly worse, weirdly, because now I've got to. Well, I mean, I'm still looking for the win more than anything else, but that's given me a hurdle to climb to get up to second now, which we don't like. I don't want a West reset. We had the option of doing this, but actually I'm okay with this hand being West at this point. Oh, also, I need to turn Steam off if it's going to do silly things like tell me who's playing certain games. So let's shut that down. Right. Yeah, so going into a naked weight meant that you basically have Fedora. That advertises to everybody what you have, because there's no point in you having a naked weight if it's not going to be the most valuable one. Your hand is self only if it's not that, and nobody cares about dealing into a 2,000 point self only. So therefore it had to be Dora 1. Second point with that, if it is Dora 1, that means basically you cannot defend against anything if you draw a risky tile, which happened. He drew a Sanzo. So the option was either keep the Sanzo and discard the Dora, which can't be a safe tile either against the Reach, or play the Sanzo. It also means that he made those calls from almost nowhere in comparison. Yeah, naked weighting is not something I approve of, generally speaking, in this game. There are exceptions. There are always exceptions to everything I say. But, in most situations, especially mid-game, we're still in East 4. Those don't apply. Anyway, we are currently looking at this. I mean, Haku Toy would be something I would consider. Would even have the weird weight on the 3 that came off. But Chitoy is also another option with this as well. So we'll see. And if we instantly draw the white, then we've got other plans with this, really. Okay, so this is Reach on what is likely Tanpin. So we actually have some reasonable options for this, don't we? I could just play my 1s out, but I'm actually kind of going to play the 2. So Ishanten for this is where we would make the 5-so pass, which is not a good tile against this Riichi. Just offhand. Could be red. Red's not bonus at the moment. We will throw it. 2 pins safe. Okay. Sanko Toy Toy. Wouldn't be the worst. It's taunting us now. We've missed it. We've missed it. Okay, Mungan recovery. And now we're in last. By virtue of having not won a hand, I think, this game. This, though, looks okay. At least for something quick, anyway. Yeah, it would have been, but slow. That wasn't random. He'd reached for that, so it wasn't random by any means. He had first strike, so going on the pair weight in as a dealer position, yeah, more or less he was in last place, needed the win. These things happen. You just have to accept that and move on most of the time. Because, unfortunately, you are not going to hit most of the opportunities you get in Mahjong. But, yeah, pretty much. When you start letting it bother you, that the problems start arising here. This actually is looking kind of decent now. So, Ishanten for Riichi Tanpin. Fortunately, you can't Sanshiki this unless we get a bunch of things. Yeah, it's just... Fortunately, this is where tilting happens. And to be fair, we've all done it. We've all gone on tilt on various silly things. And in fairness, it works both ways. If you start getting really lucky hands, you start believing the game is and luck is with you. I've certainly had that kind of jam flow. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Right. I've got to slow up here because I need to think about things a little bit here. Do we go and start cutting? Yeah, I think we do, actually. Something. So, technically this is a 4-7 pair weight with the Ipeiko here, but I'm actually possibly looking even bigger than this. This is early enough that it might be worth thinking about certain Chinitsu situations. Possibly. I mean, if we draw a 1-so, Possibilitsu also is a thing. But... yeah, we can hold null for the moment. At least over that. So again, we got our speed route out of this. If we draw an 8, we can go for the free-sided weight and just go elsewhere, or we can start slowly culling these if we get some time. We'd have to do it kind of sharpish, though. But if we get one more advancement, maybe Chinitsu is the way we go with this.
Riichi.
See, there we go. That's the situation changer. We're going to play a 9. Novel's also live now, which is not the greatest against an unknown Riichi, but... Alright, here's the question. So we can call this, take a half step closer. There's no way we could make the 4-5 pass again at the moment. The only hint we got to his hand is he played two late tiles and can't the 8. So he's playing Sanzo against this again. His hand is not Tanpin. That's the one thing we can say about it. Not, I mean, there's a few here, but the early 5, 2-pin discard, yeah. Well, so we're not going for Chinitsu anymore. But we are at the point where, you know, we can make a 4 pass. 9 should be fine. Not a lot of free 6s left either, depending on how we can figure. Red, 1 played, we'll risk it. The other thing is we're not the dealer. Neither is the player who's reached, so we aren't. It's not critical for us to get this.
リーチにゃ
Still not critical for us to get this. And we also have 5 mana as a safe tile. And 4, actually. I hadn't noticed they both were. Well, maybe we're going backwards with this one then. Also, 4 was not... I tunnel visioned again here, because 4, again, safe to rise, definitely not necessarily safe up top. But that being said, we've been given safe tiles. We are not going to make it, so we're going to pass this one. See how things go for the next one. This happens. The important thing is, don't put yourself in a position where you deal in randomly and you lose all chance of the comeback. We have a dealer turn left. This is not done. The game is not even at 30k, so the leader isn't a million miles away from us. This is interesting. Not as good as our last hand, but it's decent. This is where Prosper is now going to 9-tile reset. Yep. No, not quite. Alright. So, some options with this one then, I think. A few close weights, yeah. West that we can discard if we want to. I'm actually not going to take the green at this point. And we are rewarded for that, actually. There's only 2 currently queued up. We currently have Demo and Jesper queued up. If there was, I would mention it. Yeah, I do have half an eye on that as a second screen is basically showing that. But I would imagine that if there's 8 people in, remember one of them's a lurker, who just likes to sit there and do nothing. My cat is just asleep down there. Doesn't want to come up and say hi, just wants to sleep. Which is fair enough. Have you found a really silly place to sleep? Yes. Therefore, go. Alright, so this is now called for Tenpai. We put ourselves in a weird position where we might have a green-west pair weight, which actually is perfectly fine for us. I mean, this game has gone on a little bit, so if people do want to do a sub-game, by all means. Oh dear. How long have you been new to the game, Mono, out of interest? I know I went in on this joke last time it was made, but still. How long have you been new at this? 5 years? 15? Yeah, I'm not going to say that. But that one pin actually is useful for us here. Only a year and 8 months. On the Tiles of Confusion sessions, you might be right. If he hasn't been playing Mahjong for a year and 8 months, then he's the most gifted amateur I've ever met. I mean, fair. Alright, that's slightly annoying that we've now got that 5 break at that point, but hey. 4-7, West Green. We need one more to start a game up at the moment. Aha! Somebody at your level, Mono. No, this is true, but it's also slight falsehood there. He starts going for full meme hands and then goes for a serious hand after 3 turns, which is his typical way of discarding and going for things. Based on observations from behind, admittingly. Oh, that's a terrible time to get a free pin, but we'll chew it. 4 more draws left.
リーチだよ
And against a Riichi. Well. Yeah, we'll take it. Avoidable? Possibly. But I still feel that was the strongest play we could make with the view to a comeback, and we didn't lose a lot by going into Prospero. I actually thought we had a bigger hand than that, in all honesty. But I might not track Fedora very well. I don't know about that, but there is a lot of effort usually involved in getting it south. Follow it with east. Also, 3 repeats then. East 4. I've delved into a few hands, but they've all been really tiny ones, so I consider those acceptable losses. One of the big jokes on the sort of listings for Yaku, Concealed Chanter is only worth 2 rather than 3. I mean, there's more weirdness with that, and I don't want to get into too much of what Yaku should be worth a lot more, but I feel that Concealed Chanter should be worth 3. You don't think it's the mythical Sanch Kodoko, then? That doesn't even get a boost if you do it concealed, Ryan. I mean, to be fair, Ryan is an upgrade, so I think that's... I don't want to say fine, but it goes from 1 to 3, so... Yeah, I don't think Ryan's too undervalued for what it does. Free Hanyaku should be really difficult. And I think if you consider it, Ryan Baker is probably as difficult as a concealed Honitsu. I said I didn't want to get into this, now we're having the full-blown discussion. Oh well. This is potentially true as well, though not definitely. Anyway, we got a nice ping 2 here, or a 1, hopefully. The dream, the dream.
Huh?
One of my very early ridiculous games. I've seen Sanchiku and Ryan Peiko in the same... No, actually, was it? No, it wasn't. What was it even that? No, it's Junchan and Ryan Peiko. That's the one. No, what was the weird one with Sanchiku then? I've played too many games of Mahjong and had too many ridiculous moments to recall them all offhand. For Honitsu too, for the more fun, indeed. Sure, I think those... Junchan and Ryan I've definitely seen, but it's... Never done it myself as far as I remember, but I've definitely seen it. Yeah, the weird one. I'd never hit a Daisangan either. Anyway, hi Carol. We are waiting for one more for a game if you're interested in just joining up. And finally, that took a long while. I mean, late Riichi. 5 left. Yeah, gotta go for it. Yes. You can place the new player, of course.
ラン
Yeah, my fortunes are there. Okay.
ドラ
Yeah, nothing doing. I had to reach that. Had to be done. Unfortunately, this puts us into the danger zone, really, but we just need to push Rise off that dealer button immediately with this. Oh dear. This is why you take time to sort things out ahead of time, so as much as you can. Although admittingly, I've fallen guilty for that one as well. And it's always difficult to track things ahead of time and then new recordings can go off. Yeah. Well, let's see what we can do here. So we are in south, so it's worth holding on to this a little longer. It is worth double to us. And right now we need it. Here, though, I think we might just be trying to force Tanya to go for this at this stage. How many tiles are you adding into this? Are you playing Singapore Mahjong? Ah, we see all four Norths, unfortunately. Dora would have been a nice take there. That's fair. Well, South's been played. We can give that a go. So we're not far off, actually. So I'm gonna go for Tanya here. So Tanya push just to get ourselves across there. I think he means Doko, in all honesty. Yes, but again, you're playing Singapore Mahjong where you start with 4 more tiles, I think. Alright, play this out and say. Oh, Kyril has decided to join us. So this is going to be Demo, Jesper, Mono, Kyril, assuming you're all ready. Well, whether you're ready or not, start. No, we're going to go for the Forso. Indeed, we have game. Fated Sandpin. Oh no. Why oh no? Has somebody stopped already?
Huh?
This table, I'm scared. Oh, okay. Well, I can't help you there. Those are the people who are around. If it helps, this table's thrashing me. Hey, we get some points off Prosperity. Not many, but we didn't need that many. Tanya won. The important thing there was to not lose to Rise, and him calling was a little bit awkward after that, but hey. Alright. Dealer turn. Come back then. We have 2 Dora in this hand. This is looking good. Actually, if we can get an early 4-pin, or just the ability to call one from Rise, this is a very quick Tanya attack. Tanya attack Dora 2. Would be fine. You'll hold East because it's likely to be a safe tile. fine. Give us an extra draw, which we appreciate. This is okay. This is what we want to see. Dealer Dora 2. Easy Yaku. Level 4, so this is pretty ridiculous. Stop drawing 1 men. That'd also be good for us. Eventually we will, because there's only 4 of them in the bag. But you know, well, in the wall really. Okay, interesting. So Ishanten. Very interesting. Ishanten. Now, this probably doesn't have the Honitsu here, but we have a very strong hand if we get this finished. 2-5. I mean, 5 gives us Ipeiko as well, which would just... I mean, it's a bad weight at that point, 5-4, but Ipeiko, Dora 3. We're up against 2 calls here. I have Dora 3. I'm dealer in a desperate position. So... yeah, let's go for this. Let's go for this. I mean, to be fair, we could have held off and had the ability to become the 8s, but I want to put some pressure on the table right now. Oh, fuck. Alright, pressure on the table nullified instantly by people just going for it anyway. But hey. Oh, that is just a... that is annoying. You got that as well? Ugh. Ugh, okay. Well, alright, my game's done. I've got 20k to make up in 3 hands. No, 2 hands, sorry. 20k to make up and that. Alright. So what can we do here? We pretty much have to go for hands now. So, let's see. I mean, to be fair, Lily had a Mungan hand. I know she got Ipatsu Sumo with that, but even then it was a free-hand reach. So, I don't begrudge her that one. But, alright. If we're going to make a comeback here, we need to probably make a Sanchiku of some kind. Sanchiku Pinfu Dora 3. That's basically my play here, as much as I can. Hit Mungan, hit thing. Or just hope somebody else goes out with us on 3-5. I mean, to be fair, we can't afford to fold. We can't afford to play defense. That, however, is helping store our Sanchiku. So, reach Sanchiku Dora 2. And of course we're reaching because we need any opportunity to up this Hanuman. Even if Pinfu Sanchiku Dora Mungan would be fine. So we need 5 and 5 in the next 2 draws, really. That's a 6. I asked for 5. Zero Man Zero Pin would be also pretty awesome. That is really annoying that I finished that. It's fine. This just means I'm now Ishanten for Pinfu Sanchiku. And I can choose to not take the Sanchiku, the Pinfu Dora 2. I can choose not to take it because here's the thing at this stage. I absolutely need the value. So even though I could take the win here, and I'm going to reach it anyway, we are only going to accept the Sanchiku victory here because Sumo Sanchiku, Reach, Pinfu 2 already puts us over for Hanuman, gives us a chance at Baiman. So that is the game plan here. We will draw a 5. Wrong 5! Come on, game. We will draw a 5, and that's how we're going. Positive tilt this. Positive tilt in a negative position. But ultimately, the only chance we've got of hitting second is if we get an absolute monster. And therefore, 5s are the way to go. The game listened and delivered. It delivered the wrong 5. I said 5-pin, 5-man, unless you were talking about Jesper, in which case, absolutely fine. If it's on the other game, absolutely fine. The game can accept things. Alright, come on. 5-man, 5-pin. There's the 5-pin from Prospero, but not the 5-pin I need. That being said, if we can draw a 5-man now, that actually is going to be... I specified both cases! I in fact said 0-man, 0-pin. Go. Either of those. 2 5s played. I lose nothing by trying here. I'm going to have to play the 6-pin against this anyway, so... Nope.
No.
Did you deliberately not win off me, Rise? Because if you did, fair dues. Although missing the hand was big enough that it would be fine. That being said, it doesn't help me. Alright, so in order to take second, we now need to hit... Well... Fine. Game. Fine. Game. Fine. Game. I should have kept the pair of 8s, actually. That's what I should have done. I should have gone all in on this nonsense. Best hand I had all day. And it's not going to be good enough. Don't forget to throw rice. So the best play we got for this at the moment is to... I mean, the Honitsu possibility's there, but with the red Dora, it might be better to go this way around with it. We need to draw south or draw white at this point. That's actually not the worst. And that actually means we might now be going back for... Okay, we'll go with that. I'm okay with this situation. Still gonna have calls out because we are absolutely calling if we get the chance to get a south here to add it on. Or White Dragon can't be calm now, but we need a direct hit from Prospero to change position, I think. Actually, probably not even that, given things. Here's the deal though, so I think if we sumo, we might manage it. Maybe. Alright, Baba.
Run!
Hey, I don't even have the dignity to bust out with this. Ah well, GG.
Yay!
Well, that is a game. That in fact happened. We move on. As much as we can, anyway. I will go and observe the other game in progress, but I'll probably end up seeing how this goes here. Where are we? Oh, there we are. So Kitty has abandoned me due to my failure. Or possibly because distracted, but who knows. Alright, stealing tile, show hands. Let's have a look at what's happening at this point. So Mono has a cheap win from the start. Goes into a reach on a Suji Trap 6. Double Suji Trap, actually. But it's unlikely to pay off at this point. Demo the only person with one, and it's useful to just about everybody who draws one. And Jesper just has a very shiny hand. So what's Carol going to be up to? Not that much.
Riichi.
Alright, Demo gets the counter reach up. 6-9 Pinfu. Jesper appears to have folded with the exceptions to the 5. And Carol looks to be kind of out as well. We'll see though. Long consideration for the 8, but it passes. So Jesper does play the 3 in this position. And Mono is able to sumo eventually. Reach sumo Dora and presumably Ura. Alright, Mono picks up the Mangan. Picks up a lead and moves into East 3. So let's have a look at what the table kind of has going for it at the moment. We should also follow Mono. But anyway. So yeah, Mono dealer turn. Reasonable-ish starting hand, but we shall see how things go. Jesper has an outside-ish hand from that. A little awkward, but actually not the worst of initial hands, really. Just awkward. And yeah, this is probably Kairos Shinitsu they're talking about at this point. But we'll see. Again, the chat is 5 minutes ahead of me because we are watching 5 minutes in the past. So yeah, spoilers are abound within the watching of this. I would tune them out, but actually sometimes I make reasonable insights into things. And I do like to answer questions if they happen. Yeah, Kyle's just continually drawing Sozu tiles, so no surprise he's going straight for it at this point. Demo's hand is looking okay. Jesper's gone away from the Chanter to just be in the Ishanten for just reach Pinfu, I assume. Currently only Prospero's queued up for a game. I am happy to play another one. It's likely to be the same players unless we wait for this one though. So, a consideration, I suppose. And as we go, call made. Then you missed a sad hand out earlier. Possibly. In fact, probably. I've only been watching a couple of hands here. I've had my own sad hands to worry about. Alright, Dora for Mono. Holds. Carol still Ishanten at the moment. See how it's going on this side of things. So, Jesper has a alternate Pinfu available with 2 Dora. Demo Triple at the South's not giving him anything at the moment, but he is Ishanten for his nothing Dora one hand, I suppose, at the moment. Mono using up some thinking time. I suppose I said that was nothing hand. It could be Sanchiku as well, actually. It's only possible that he develops that one way or another to be Sanchiku. Yeah, it happens. Sir, this is not legal. I mean, if you manage to chombo in this game, I'd love to see it. But until then, I say it is acceptable. I realise I'm not that much of an authority here, but hey, we'll find out what's illegal in about 5 minutes. Okay, that is the second call from Kyril, so Tenpai has to be considered. So Demo trying to go around it a little bit. And yeah, this late in the game, I assume it's just going to come down to whether Kyril draws it or not. Can't availability from Demo, but again, safe tiles. No, it does go for the attack. I suppose against an obvious Shinisu, you have the safe tiles. Almost everything else is, so... Still Ishanten for that Sanchiku. There are 2 now. Yeah, let's see what happens. So, Junichi Manga. So, Kyril into second place, going into his dealer turn. So, following on, East 4. I mean, that's not the worst. I see Demo has got what looks literally the worst hand, in all honesty. So, okay. We'll see how this develops into something nonsensical, but it didn't start that way, I'll tell you now. I'm wondering if he's going to accidentally die Sangan or something. Okay, so it's not Daisangan. I mean, obviously focus on Demo's hand because we have slight future information, but actually looking at this, Jesper's hand looks the scariest at the moment in terms of potential things happening. So, Ipeiko, possible pairs, possible things. Nah, the only Zhong is Riichi Zhong. Okay, Gara going for the quick repeat. Well, I mean, if he gets that quickly enough, maybe it's the next hand that's the ridiculous one from Demo. Who knows? But Tamping discards from Kyril, so that should be, yep, getting rid of the more dangerous tiles initially. Oh, NCR. I remember in my days of MCR back on Mahjong time. That's yeah. It's the format that almost nobody played on that site, if I remember rightly. Oh, Kara hits for Summit, so Tanya 2, 6,000. Well, plus a bit. Oh no, actually that was the first one. Wasn't a repeat. Just won the last hand. Alright. So, Kyril then with a slightly worse start, but he's already got points as dealer, so Successful dealer turn, assuming he doesn't deal into somebody in a moment. Meanwhile, Demo's about to go for a second turn reach. Yep. Okay.
Riichi.
Second turn reach from Demo. There we go. It's also on a 5-8, so it's not a... Yeah. Understandable slight pause there. I actually kind of enjoyed Singapore, I'm going to be honest. Just playing with multiple tiles. It got to really... It felt core heavy, but reasonably so.
Long.
Reach pin through Ura for 4,000-ish. Alright, Demo back in the game, his dealer turn. So, his dealer hand is not the greatest, but not abysmal either. Mono has 2 Dora, but no easy Yaku. Jesper has a Honitsu attempt. Well, we assume Honitsu attempt. It's got a pair of 4s that might do some things, but who knows. Cairo actually has a fast hand here, depending. And that certainly helps Demo out getting the pair of Yaku high that early. But yeah, I'd be surprised if Jesper isn't on the Honitsu plan here. Half step closer for Cairo. Yeah, it's developing quite nicely at the moment. It's a little obvious for what it is, but of course that's just the way it works. I mean, he could also be technically bluffing a Kokushi with that start, I guess. But you can't care about Kokushi attempts. They're almost always doomed to fail. Knock off 1. Nah, it's fine in that position, really. I mean, you could have got rid of middle 6 over the 9, I suppose, but that's not really a good one, so... Yeah, I think Mono's just trying to bait me here, because obviously I've got discussions to make. And they know I get future comments from 5 minutes ago, based on what I'm watching anyway. I suppose if I can work out what it is in about 4.5 minutes, I'll stick back. Yeah, it's fair. Sticks are important. You lose them or you lose. So Chitoi from Mono here is interesting. I'd probably dump... I suppose East is a fine thing here, but you really got a 5-4 that you're starting to stuck with at the moment. You're showing 3 Dora, though. Fated Sanzo. Carol now with the option of changing his hand to Tanya if he wants to. Jesper's Honitsu hasn't really gone anywhere, unfortunately, for him.
Pong.
And Demo calls to Tenpai. 8-pin. Yep. You don't say. I mean, I've been keeping half an eye on it, but yeah, you've drawn no pinsy tiles since having that good start for it. As far as I can work out. And if I'm going to provide meaningless commentary on this game, I'm going to point out things like that. I'm sorry the game is screwing you right now. You need to ask harder for the tiles you want, apparently. The other one was even worse, oh dear.
Pong.
Well, advancement. Alright, Mono has just hit Tenpai on the 4 so late game. It looks dead based on what we can see, so just depends on things at this point.
Riichi.
Well, late reach. Continues. And apparently it's intimidated nobody based on that. Yeah, just but can't use that for can I use that for tempo? Close 3, 4. No, you can't use that for tempo as far as I can work out. He needs 1, 6, 7. Yeah, that. That'll do. 1 pin.
天杯です。
4-player tempo. There we go. That was a complete waste of everybody's time. Moving on to the next hand. Okay, I like this start from demo. We'll see how that goes. Mono with a reasonable hand up top. This was decent if he can copy and if he can grab a second Yakuhai of any type. Demo picked the wrong tile to get rid of. Tyrell is going to go quick attack for Chindora too. Right, Ishanten. If I can record a sumo match between you and Kyrol, I wouldn't. Just saying that now. But if I could, I wouldn't. I'm not sure. I think Mono might just be being Mono here, but I don't know. Not like I can afford to fold. Which is, yeah, I mean, picking your battles, but you're probably running out of time, is the only thing. I assume it's now your dealer turn, but we'll see. Okay, Mono doing all the things here. I'm surprised they risked that, honestly, but... Well, it goes backwards that way. So, Kara picking up points. We move to Jesper's dealer turn. South 4 needs something at this stage. He's not that far from second, in all honesty. 1,000 points would get him... second? Third. 1,000 points gets him third. Dealer Mungan gets him into second. 2 Dealer Mungans overtakes, basically, is the way this works. And man's not a million miles away from getting to Mungan from here. That being said, Mono seem... well... Mono gets rid of the early door, he might be able to get that. Message automated helper you hidden by Kyrol. Yeah, Kyrol's a moderator, just as an FYI, so yeah, okay. So I do trust his judgment on things. Tudor from Mono. That is looking like a slightly scary position building up for him now. Bluffing the Honitsu. Hopefully waiting on an 8-pin, maybe? Could work. Demo, meanwhile, double dragon in a reasonable shape at the moment. As we go into the mid-game. But, again, we're always rooting for the comeback here, so we're waiting for Jesper to finish something up here. I'm also just going to quickly turn the light on because I've realised how dark, so bear with. Yeah, we're hoping. We're honestly hoping for you. Sadly, unbiased commentary, but in all honesty, I tend to support us in last place at any given moment. I'll be honest. If you get 1,000, if you get slightly above demo, we're supporting demo. Mono, you are not Audrey. Which would be a weirdly sinister way to do, well, she's doing Mahjong at some point. So, what's Mono going to do from this position? So, it is 3-pin close weight here. About reach draw 2, this late in the game. Oh, he broke at the wrong bit. And I mean, he's got to do something. And technically getting rid of the 3-4-4 would have been slower than getting rid of the 2-3 pin he had. So I fully get this, but this... Ugh. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Oh, 5-2. Mono dealer turn. Oh, is Jesper going to have to try something silly there? That's a 7 start, though. I don't think he's doing that. And Mono has a quick Tarn Pin hand. So, yeah, that's pretty much what you want to see when you're dealer chasing the lead. Just something quick you can finish with. Failing that, I mean, always nice to have 2 Dora to go with it, but you know, quick and repeat is the way to victory eventually. Red should be fine here. It's the indicator, so you either commit or you go now. And as happens, you can see there's one in each hand, so. Yeah, I'd be calling this, I think, but Mono might decide not to. We currently have 2 in the queue. If we have 1 more, I will start a sub-game here, although I am kind of invested in the end of this since we're in South 3. That's default. Cats always have never been fed. They have no idea of the concept of food, except at the point you give them food. And then they forget about it the moment it's gone. There. Cat's angling for another meal. Indeed. Welcome back, Lily. That was a long first game. I'm just watching the end of this one since we're in South 3. We're probably just going to do this and then I'm going to shuffle the tables around a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so Ishant and... So what do I want to do here? It's early enough in the game, he could go for pairs if he wanted to, although it's a little bit awkward what he's done already. Largely because he'd want to keep the 5-pin if he was going for pairs, is the thing. Oh, that guy, Mono. Yes, we know. Okay, well that helps, that solves that problem, so now he's enchanting for pin 2 there. And if that gets there straight away. So, yeah, that's fine. I mean, Makes sense. He now has the Tarnpin Reach. 2-5. So A2, A5 left. Nope, a couple of 2s then. A5 left, sorry. Meanwhile, Kyril is Ishanten for pairs himself. Jasper trying to build up to something on that side. And looks like Demo might be in for pairs as well, actually, so yeah. Pairs and triplets game. And Kyril's falling out. Four more draws. And only a single 5 left for Mono to draw here. Yeah, I mean, if Demo could have made the White Dragon pass, which it still can technically, but I understand why you wouldn't play it in this position, he could still actually hit Tenpai here. There's a single 5 left for Mono, but again, we're hoping that Jesper makes the comeback here. That dealer repeat looks like what's about to happen. No 9-pin, and it is a 2-5. 2-5 pin through repeat. Okay, so Mono closes the gap. Oh, it's not. I don't know. There's a few awkward hands on this table here. Kyril seems to have the best of the initial ones. Mono second, and then a bit of a tie between Demo and Jesper. But yeah, Jesper deserves a decent start at some point soon. Wow, I deserve this, lol. We're about to find out. Oh boy. Yep. Pair of 7s just dropped here. I mean, yeah. I mean, again, getting rid of a middle 7 not normally something you advise to do in your first discard if you've got loose terminals, but equally, if he had the thought of going for a Manzu Honitsu, then that was the way to go with that, I suppose. Right, meanwhile, what's Mono building up to? I mean, he's got 4 pairs, so he might be doing nonsense with pairs. We'll find out in a few moments, I'm sure. But actually, he draws 2-5 here. He's got himself into a better Pinfu style hand. Kyril, yeah, looking okay, a bit behind. Demo's hand has evolved quite rapidly. Just looking up top there. Easy Shanten for pairs as well, actually. Which I assume is what the thinking is here. Or he just paused out, I suppose. I mean, the 2-5 seems more reliable, but it was Shanten he gave up. Yeah, it's always the issue now. You've got to chase the hand that's worth some value, no matter how ridiculous that value might end up being. And yeah, the Chinitsu is probably what you were looking at there. But alright, so Demo, Ishanten, White Dragon, and Easter is 2. Well, Freeman and Easter is 2 at the moment.
Pong.
Ooh, goes for the switch. Okay, so going Toy Toy and something. There's the 2 Mono needed, so Ishanten for Mono. has though run out of thinking time, which is never a good thing to have in these sorts of positions, but hey. Oh, double white. Alright, Demo's got a pair decision to make then. But he's now got value. So, South Dora 2, potentially South Haku Dora 2. More draws coming. I mean, 5 draws left. There's a magical Christmas land that puts Jesper on a 9 gates. Except he's played the 9, so I think that... No, there were 2 9s already out. So no, he couldn't have got 9 gates. Could have got Shinitsu, I suppose, but still, yeah. Well, there's the Reach 4-7. Just for breaking that up means he's probably going to deal into it at some point. I mean, 5 is a safe tile, admittingly, but if he wants to continue advancing... Nah, he's just folding out. Can't cut Haku. Interesting. And then he Haite Sumos. Because mono. That's all I have to say to that, sir. Okay, well... Well, yeah. All right. So Jesper needs a Mungan or a free hand hit. I think 2 hand hit might also do, depending on what it is, to get into 3rd. Can roll 28,000 down. Not impossible. He takes the lead here, but he'd probably be happy with 2nd in this position. So game is still going on. So presumably that is going to be a South 4, or it's just about to end. But again, we now no longer pay attention to that as much as we can. So, mono with a possible Itsu. Jesper's hand's looking okay, but not very valuable. For the white, he puts himself into a double Yakuhai weight, so reach and either South or white for 1. He's also got a possible Itsu, though, I suppose. Plays the white over the east for the moment. I mean, Reach Itsu... Reach Itsu's only 2, whatever, for Mangan, I suppose, which would get him above Demo. Oh, that's unfortunate. But again, East wasn't a valuable tile to him. White would have been, so... I don't think that necessarily gives him that much more value. Itsu's worth 2 after all, versus the definite 1, so... Yeah, Mono doing a long pause on this one. Mono has twice now that I've noticed just used his entirety of his time on a decision that doesn't bear thinking about too much. Okay, so 5 South weight. Could have tried Force on Itsu here. This is true, but he'd be a few turns away from that. And well, I mean, the 5's not likely because of where they are in people's hands, and there's only 1 South left, so yeah. If If you get the Haku, it would have been better, at least better in that sort of regard. But I mean, this is reach and hope more than anything else. It still possibly get something out of this, but at the moment it's reach. Well, we know it's going to be south if it's anything. So reach south. It has been given tea. Everything is awesome. Ooh, I need tea. Everybody needs tea. It is a requirement. It will make Mahjong better somehow. That is the hope, anyway. Those sort of games unfortunately do happen. I mean, I kind of had one as well in my own one, although I don't know if I necessarily had quite your levels of bad luck, I'm going to be honest. I mostly just dealt into cheap hands all day, and then everybody else had the big sumos, which was a thing. It's never nice to be in the position where you have to try and force the game, because unfortunately you have to pick your moments, and almost always you pick wrong, because it's very difficult to not pick wrong. Well, I mean, sure, but being in the realms of non-magical Christmas land, as I say, his best hope was Mungan to overtake Demo. Well, Mungan or a free hand direct to overtake Demo at this point. But actually, he picks up 1500 from a draw, so he's in a better state than he was previously. That is plus. And now he can get a 2-hand direct hit to overtake Demo. And then he needs a 3-hand sumo. Okay. Well, Mono's hand is okay. As is Carol, actually. Carol has a chance at something ridiculous. We'll see if it happens, but, you know. Could the legends be true? Could the legends be true? We'll find out. I mean, either way, Carol needs a couple of quick wins to try and secure second at this stage, so... Oh, this is just not what Jesper wanted to see here. So, the battle continues. No, legends are not unfortunately going to happen unless Carol does something extremely stupid. So, yeah. Oh, actually, no, the legends are true again. I missed something important because I was sleepy. No worries, sir. Yeah, Mono takes the deal in and gives away the legendary hand. So to go 1, 52, and we move into the last hand of the game. Based on the GGs I heard, anyway. Yes, indeed. No, it's only worth 2. It is worth the same open as it is concealed, from what I remember as well. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, it's not even worth 3 concealed. It's just 2. Alright. We're going to decide this and move on. I would imagine he was so, based on that. He also had overly committed to the hand, so didn't have a lot of choice, although given what his hand looked like... Yeah. It's fine. What it has done, I suppose, is given Kyril a bit more of a realistic chance of coming into first, but he still needs Hanneman to do it in 1. And with Jesper chasing for a quick hand, Demo chasing for a quick hand, Mono chasing for a quick hand, it would take a lot of luck for it to happen, I think, overall. Not impossible by any means, but that's a lot of a factor of all three players trying to end the game quickly for their own reasons. Meanwhile, Jesper moves a little closer towards something that might be valuable enough to take third. No, Demo's not taking that. He's going for a... I mean, to be fair, the hand's not that far away from it anyway, so yeah, you just do white as a pair and just go with that, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Takes the silent three-sided weight. So Honitsu Concealed is free, so a lot of the winners are in Mono's hand though, and don't look like they're coming out. I don't think the 6 is coming out of Chiral either, so but plenty of options available. Ishanten for pairs for Jesper then.
Riichi.
Well, end of row 2, Demo decides to put 1,000 in, as Jesper also hits Tenpai. Pursuit Reach, Chitoi. So only one left based on what I can see from that. Chiral's folding out, which makes sense. Mono is moving ever closer to his Chinitsu. I mean, the odds are with Demo here, but we'll see. Or is it just going to end in a draw? No, it's going to end with the Chitoi, and Jesper does take third. So Humph it was. Fair enough. And Humph was said, and Humph it is. Mono takes the win over Chiral, Jesper, Demo. Alright, let's play another one then. So, prepare for match. Currently queued up, we have Prospero, Demo, Lily, and myself. And we'll see if anybody else wants to join in, and then we'll do some randomizations. I don't think anybody's starting new, so this is just going to be a full randomizer. But if no one is going to join in the next few seconds, that is the game. Prospero, Demo, Lily, myself. Go for it, I need tea. Alright, well, that is the game then. So, Demo, Lily, Demo, yeah, Demo, Lily, Demo again, Prospero, myself. Five player Mahjong, let's go. So clearly starting in the northwest seat to do 5 player. We are starting dealer. We have a couple of Yakuhai. Alright, 9 star. Yep, no worries. So we have Nondora Dragon. Well, we'll find out. We don't need more than one demo. I mean, maybe that's the way to play the game. We just find a way to play 5-player Mahjong, make it a thing. All right, we see one white gone, so we'll play that. I mean, this is probably Tanya. Can't look too much beyond that at the moment. East is also fine to get rid of, which is nice to know. Yeah, I think we just lean this to Tanya. see if we can get a quick one. If we get lucky 7 so early, then so be it. Red's safe from Lily as well. Yeah, we'll keep that for the moment. Most likely the twos are going to be split down into a pair at some stage, unless we get fortunate with other things. I mean, still possibly 7 and 2s actually, I suppose, but still. Considering those more extended sequences. Alright, Lily with Green Dragon Cold. Do I go against this? I think we go against this, because we might be on a time crunch here. And the driver doesn't deal the pressure on people. We're also Ishanten with this, so 6-man ideally. Ask for it, and occasionally the game, i.e. Prospero, gives it to you. So 3-6 Tanya. Yeah, 6 is what I wanted. What are the chances I need 2? Very, very low, I'm sure. I'll leave them left 6 at the moment. And of course, we always had the ability to be on 2 as well, so. Alright, 1,000 points, please. Thank you very much. 50, but yeah. Okay, deal a trash hand to start things off. Moving on. I have a triplet of Wests, and yeah. Okay. One sec. So what to do with a weird alien triplet? Hold it and see what happens, I suppose. Yeah, south, though, we can get rid of. Okay, south we can get rid of. It's a shame because, well, nah, because I still keep the 6-9 in this position over that. But if I had gone 6-9 first, I'd have obviously had a reasonable shot on it to Manzu most likely. Do I want to keep dragons? One green's already played. We'll throw that out. We'll hold on to east for the moment, but middle 5 coming out of the demo. End of 2 as well, actually, come to that. So okay, pair of 9s. Yeah, we are at the point of playing east. So it's looking okay, it's just not looking particularly valuable. A free pin or something connected to the 6 would be lovely. Yep. Ask a new occasion to get in this game. So yeah, Ishanten. Free pin ideally for the 2-sided weight, but late white dragon. Alright. Let's see. I thought that Prospero was most likely to call that based on the possible Honitsu he's building in Pinzu, but yeah, let's do this. Because if he is building the Honitsu in Pinzu, then we want to get rid of that now rather than have to worry about it. And also, this is a much better weighting pattern than we got the other way around. So 6-9, 5-8, 5-8. No. Nope, not going to count that. One red already played. Alright, Demo's played Dora 5 out of the hand. She did play 4-3 earlier, so it's possible she's just purging the suit a little bit, but... She's also played a 2. She's probably close, but we know 2's safe to Demo, so... Okay then, we'll take the other pair. Alright, Demo deals into Lily for Tanya 1. Which is enough to take the lead because of how small my hand was. Alright, so Lily in Beagle position. Apparently. Alright, south-south. You can have a south reset? Nope. Green. I probably wouldn't have taken a south reset because his hand isn't terrible by any means. Terminal Dora is a little awkward, but... Everyone's allowed to have an off day. It's just, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of having one as well, but I have those a lot, so that's not an unusual part of my game. And to be fair, he's only down into two cheap hands, basically, which is not the worst if you're going to do that. We might be in a position where we have to reach for Dora. Okay. We no longer have to worry about reaching Medora. So, Dora 2. A lot of Sozi played, so I'm reasonably confident that that would pass, but... then we'll see. Currently have to get rid of 1. Unless we draw an 8, but the 8s are actually disappearing at this stage. Well, okay then. Sounds good. So, is that a Manzu Honitsu up top is a good question. We could have gone to take that, in all honesty. I shouldn't have played the 3. Shouldn't have played the 3. Should have held off at that point, but hey, it's past now. We're not going to fall into that a second time here. We're going to have to go around. And having discarded the 3. If I hadn't have discarded the 3 and had done what I was doing last time, 6-7, we'd have still been on to this hand, but I think now we're off. So there it is. Haku Dodre. So that extends the lead. Right, what do we do with Adora Dragon today? Well, we play the other one to start with. And we debate playing it next. Alright, we still got a pass. We still got an excuse at the moment, but we are running out of those. Problem is, his hand's not worth anything without the red now. So I think we might have to go for it on that basis. Alright. So, getting us into a position where we're on a wait for the red dragon then. So, in order to do that, we're going to need a triplet of some kind, aren't we? Or I can just put myself in a position where I can debase it. I don't know. That wasn't ideal here, but... But we can keep throwing Manzu out and seeing if that does anything to change anybody's mind on anything. Yeah. Okay, close 7 at the moment. It would be Tempai, but not for Tempai we want.
Pong.
I mean, if we reach pin through Nodora, and we're now up against a call from Demo. Nope, not going to take it. Certainly not for a 7. Well, okay. I mean, at this point, why not, right? Still gonna play the game. At this point, why not? So, reach door 2, ultimately. And assuming there are single red dragons still out there, that should hopefully freeze them up and I'll just get the draw. And at least we push for the player closest to me in points off the dealer position with this, we hope. She's dropped a pair of south, so I think we have been successful in what we wanted out of this, but... And hey, giving less information. It's always nice when that happens. Yeah, I didn't like discarding the dragon for a 7 pin only, that's the thing. I mean, ultimately, because of the way the draws worked, it probably would have bet out the same and I'd have got the win, but still. I didn't like it, and it's the only value our hand has anyway, so... We'll take the gamble. If somebody else wants to, that's on them. But, I mean, to be fair, there could still be 1 or 2 left in the wall. We could still draw this. 2 left. And he's literally going to give us a Haite Red Dragon. I doubt it, but you never know. Not today. Alright. 3,000 points for me. Probably, but by that point I was considering the fact that I had no value with it gone, and I wasn't actually likely to get... The hand kind of developed faster than my level of assumed luck guessed it would. And debating 6-man cut. Maybe. I mean, you're not wrong, but I don't know. I didn't fancy giving that. Okay. Let's cut the 9, keep the 468 2-4 shape, and see. So 6,000 down, 5,000 down, 6,000 up. Current gaps. Yeah. Triplet of Norths. Not doing a lot for me. Let's play East now. It's liking to give me alien wins right now. Yeah, that seems alright. A bit of a mess, but we got chances at things now. I need to draw some odd Sozu and some even Manzu. There we go. Oh, god darn it. Why did the game give me what I asked for? Alright. Because now I've got to debate other things, haven't I? Alright, let's cut the 7 here. So there's a chance we can Sanchku from here. So that's what I'm going to lean into, given not a lot else. Could have played a North, I suppose, since we're fairly certain we're going to cut one of these at some point, but... So Lily going on a Tarn Pin hand of some sort. Draw another 3. So could keep that again. Yeah, we know we're going to cut a North at some point, so we'll do that. It's unlikely that anything else comes to pair, and if not, we've got 2 more safe tiles later down the line. Second red. Or third red. Drawing 6 now is going to be painful, but... No, drawing that's not bad. Alright. Half step. Somebody else has said half step. Could be Toy Swept up as well. So we've got 2 tiles that we could draw to just go around this. If we actually go very lucky, go 2-pin, 4 man. Oh, Demo's awake. It's a little dodgy because it could be a could also be a Honitsu as well. On both of them actually come to that. Okay, not the worst. Oh, that's a Hellweight North Honitsu. Alright, fine. 2,000 points. I'm not going to begrudge him that. Ouch. Oh well, deal a turn. Yeah, I don't know entirely what I was doing with that. Alright, we're in south. White goes away. Nice. Alright, Ishanten. Unfortunately, with the way this is set up, we're not going to get a Sanchku Chanter out of this unless we draw another 1-pin. Or we get that, I suppose. Sure. Let's go for the one that gives us Sanchku. 1 man, please. 1 man free pin. 1 man or free pin. Wrong end. I'd probably take this open if it came up, especially if we got the free pin side of it. Should probably be playing the 4 pin early if we're committing, but I guess there's an outside chance that we draw a 6 and we go... No, actually, even then, that doesn't work. 1 man or free pin. 7 man doesn't help us. Great deal. But is it demo? What demo's after? Possibly. There was a pause. Okay, here we go then. Yeah, Riichi Sanchiku, Dora, Mangan, if we pull this off. Fated Sandpin. Well, we'll see. He didn't want the door though, and there wasn't even a pause there, so if it is, it's the other side of it. Helmsy, I'd guess, but... Oh yeah, it's Mangan if I sumo, so, you know. And all the 4s are gone. This could be painful. Just a Mangan though. They can, but, you know. At that point I'd reach, so that information doesn't really help me at all. But again, there we go. So dealer Mangan puts us into the lead by 4k. Let's see what we can do with this one then. So start with North, because if he calls it, we get free draw. So 1 Dora, potential Yakuhais. Okay, 2 Dora. Alright, let's play the double first. Hopefully draw something around the 5 pin. They're calling an off-win, so that's a Honitsu up top, we would imagine. So that probably means I'm going to play my 5 pin or Frieza. Sansa, we assume, is going to be relatively safe. I'm going to play the 5 pin now. That may backfire on me a bit later, but I prefer to get rid of a risky solo middle tile against that now, rather than worry. Possible Sanchiku. Okay. Well, we'll play another one. Possible Sanchiku. Sandpin. I have 2 Dora, so I'm happy to call for this. Open Sanchiku 1, and open Sanchiku 2 rather. Downside is the White Dragon's been left a bit late. Probably could have played, probably should be playing that now rather than waiting, but we might have to commit now. We'll see. We do need a pair of some kind if we're going to go for the Sanchiku side of things, unless we get very fortunate with Pinzu draws in a moment. Well, White Dragon's just been played, we can go for that. I mean, not really. It was just a consideration, but Reach has happened, so situation has changed. We are probably just going to play High Sozu for the moment here. Since we also don't want to tunnel vision into Lily.
Ronya!
Does it? Yes, all 4 of them at the moment. There is nobody on the second table. Okay, well, fine. We got Doronovs. Can't argue with that. So we have a Mungan if we get that side of it finished, and also be reasonably confident about calling at this stage as well. Some odd Sozu would be nice, though. Pair of 6s isn't the worst. Let's play the white. Do we? We'll see. Not committed just yet, but we might. Because we can always back up into Toto with this, based on everything. And if worse comes to it, just look with oh, clearly we're on a Sozu Honitsu. We might not be the only ones as well looking at things. Alright, Lily retakes the lead. Nah, it's fine. So 2 to go, 1,000 points. Lily is dealer. This is our things. Quite so. Alright, no benefit to North. If we can get an early free man, this is a pretty rapid hand. We don't need much. I mean, any kind of sumo pretty much gives us the lead at this position, so... Yeah, we're probably looking just Tanyo here. We might get pinned through, depending. Reach for the random free man, maybe? South's still live at the moment, so we'll give that a turn. Oh, there's the 10. Was on the 6-0. Yeah, we could play one as well, but you know it's useful if we end up drawing a 5 or 6. It's still 5, 6, 7 is still useful here. So. Ooh. well, that side of things. Hope to draw 6 and stay Tanya, I guess. Tempted to call, but not with this hand at the moment. Yeah, 3 will now be painful, but it's probably fine. Gonna get 2, I suppose, and get the 147 open, but we know we need to Tanya that at some point. Ugh. Okay, into it is. Not a lot of value in it, but okay, 7 pin was considered discard from Lily, so you Shanten or Tempo? Is what you're trying to do it. I hope we get the 6 side of things then. Can't do anything with that. I don't. This is true, but I also don't want to give away value. I assume that was in relation to drawing the 1 and losing Tanya, but yeah, that's the only problem, because I can't call at this point. Long pause on the 8 pin. So high pins in your hand, possibly. We think that 7 was related to something she was doing. Alright, well that puts me back into a Tanya, so might just be able to call for at least a Tempai, take a draw. How likely is that to deal in at this point? Let's see what the 4s are. Let's see. Yeah. Doesn't get me there. We played that not long ago. Yeah, okay, fine.
No ten.
That is unfortunate because that's the exact opposite of what I wanted to go for, but needed to be certain. Okay, so 5,000 is gap. Still dealer, but we can turn this around with a Mungan if we need to. Well, less than a Mungan, really. Any kind of big sumo would give us a buffer, though, for the last round. Have a south, have a west, have a white. All Yaku high. Okay. Yeah, I do. Not impossible by any means. I just got to be, well, but not play like an idiot in the last couple of hands, that's all. Yeah, sure. We'll keep the middle 4. Draw a 3 and then regret discarding the 2, but you know. Tis the way of things.
Chi.
Alright, Lily's calling, so Ishanten or Tenpai. I assume Ishanten rather than Tenpai at this moment, but that's a great draw. West should be absolutely safe as a final discard, so we'll go for that. So, Riichi Pinfu, Ipeiko, we hope, for Magical Christmas Land. She's got a bonus tile of some sort. Red Dragon most likely at this stage. Oh, it could be East, I suppose, actually, technically. So red or East? Probably East. She could have something else weird, but I assume from those two calls it's a small hand at least. Alright, so that could actually be a red chanter. I mean, a little dodgy considering that, of course, but we played one a couple of turns ago. We have a couple of twos. Yeah, bluff Yakula's hand. Could be. Could be. Yeah. Unfortunate. I actually thought I was going to deal into Prospero more than anybody else with that, in all honesty. Ugh. I am possibly playing tired, if anything, but that's not a major hassle right now. We'll power through. It's only the second game. And we're still... it's still doable. Manga and Sumo is the range we currently are to at this point. Well, okay. I'll play the safe tile for the discard one, and then we'll see what we can do around that. Full south. Well, looks like we're folding as well now. Okay, fortunate second red draw, I guess. Yeah, we can play 9. We got ways of going around this, but well, it's Mahjong and Sumo, so I've closed the gap to Lily, but now it's because she's no longer dealer, it's going to be harder to actually steal the win. But we'll see. So we need a Hanneman to be definite. Actually, no, Manga and Sumo would do. But Hanneman to be definite. We have Adora White in our hand, and I think that's going to be how we play this one. Well, we'll see. This is the potential to be kind of ridiculous, but equally, if I'm opening it up, it's just going to make it less and less valuable as we go. Still. Play the tiles you're drawn. Play the tiles you're given. Let's have a look. we also now have the ability to do some carnage. Two greens played. Yeah, we are definitely looking to Harnitsu side of things rather than the Chanter, definitely, but... we'll see. Okay. Two south played, so we probably want to follow up to the south here. Well, Demo, I'm going to give you a bunch of Condor if I can. Fortunately, two souths are out. I think I've only got one shot at this, haven't I? I hope the free man passes, because I don't have anything else that works. I'm going to have to play the 8, obviously, here. You're a red, I mean a red dragon only, wait. Two greens, three greens are out. So no help. This is a bad weight whichever way it goes. I'm hoping to draw, I'm realistically hoping to draw a 1-man, actually. Although I know two twos are already out, but still. Yeah, I prefer that to red dragon weight right now. At least in terms of critical successes, but we still have 2 Khans available here. North and East can still be Khaned. And oh, okay. Baited Sanzo. Nope. Alright, Khan 1. Ah! I of course Khan them into something. You're a free. I did Khan them into the Hanneman. Sadness. I fall to third because of that. To be fair, couldn't do a lot else with that hand, but that was always going to be a risk. Yeah, it's fine. The odds were low once 2 souths had gone early, in all honesty. If there was still a south left to be played, then I had a shot at that, I felt, but... oh boy. Probably. But again... closed Honitsu is never a thing you necessarily want to rely on getting, because it's very unlikely. It looks like the game 4 is going to be exactly the same as the last game, unless somebody wants to jump in. But I'm happy for that for the final one. Yep. Okay, and then bear with me. If Mono does want in, then we will adjust once it does its thing. Sorry. Yeah, if Mono wants in, we'll do a randomizer. Okay. So Mono gets in, and I'm going to randomize between the remaining 4. Where's my D8? I can go for a quick game if it's quick. I have no idea if it'd be quick. But I also would like this to be quick, because I'm playing... well, I'm not playing well at the moment in any case, but still. The longer time goes on, the more tired I'm going to get, and that's going to lead to even more things. Goodies run only, but I have to adjust things again. And also, that leads to... oh, actually, never mind, I can't log in. Well, I can give you a minute or two, but... okay, Draconis has joined. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First dice, and I roll a 5, so that is Lily. Right, then we're on to a d6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have rolled myself a 5, so I'm in the game. And Demo odds, Prospero even. I rolled a 4, so Prospero. Okay, so this is Draconis, Lily, myself, and Prospero. Alright, good luck all. And let's see if we can have that quick game. Alright, starting north. Well, it's fine. I mean, if it gets to it and Draconis says to leave, I'm happy to pause and things. But you never know. This could be an all over in East 1 game. You never know sometimes. Yeah, true, but I don't have to. It's just a setup, really, that I can't be bothered to do on the fly right now for a very fringe case. I wouldn't mind doing a. Yeah. I could do an East tournament at some point. I haven't done an event in some time. I know last year we did a weird accumulator thingamajiggy. Maybe I should set something else like that up at some point. Alright, Draconis with the early reach. Yeah, play on north-south for the moment. Only friendly Mahjong here. Now, it's going to be very friendly after this. I only have 2 Han worth of value here, so I don't know if they're necessarily doing a lot against Draconis right now, but no, we are progressing, so let's see. If I walk into the Forso side of this, then I can go to Tanyo, most likely. Or I can just reach here. Pursuit reach on a 5-8. 1 left of each, both of them safe to Draconis. Why not? Let's have a go. Let's just have a go. I don't necessarily agree with this, but let's go for it anyway. I mean, actually, I can get ridiculously lucky here and just hit a Nageshi off of this. I don't know if I do, but Nageshi's still on. She's still on. I've only got to do 4 more. And have nobody recall any of them. This hand's worth more if I get Nageshi. Oh, there we go. Reaching 1. I mean, to be fair, that wasn't an attempt at it, genuinely. It was just how the hand came together, but, you know, after the reaching, it still happens. This is a hand. I'm going to do something that I don't... Yeah, I've got to do this, surely. Yeah. It's got to be done. I mean, I can't play the south anymore, but if I draw a north, this is just autopilot, surely, from this point. 7-pin north? Yeah, I know this is technically not the play here, but this is surely the play. One man, go for it. Actually, no, I don't want calls off. I should want calls off, but I'm not going to take calls off. I know south is minimal chance of that. Oh, I've had flashbacks to Tetsuya. It's been so long playing that darn guy. Something is up, indeed. Yeah, North's unlikely to be a pair either at this point, but you know. Save discards for the final bit of this.
Riichi nya. G desu.
It's Dora. We go for it. Open Sashku 1 is not great, but, you know. Ah, well. We also had the Sushi Trap against Prospero's discard, but, you know. And yeah, the plan was always swap that for a 1 or a 9 instantly as we go down the line. But yeah. Oh well. Was that for a 10 reach? Oh. I mean, some beautiful hands are beautiful because they're rare. So, you know. Oh. God. Alright, fine. That clearly bothered me more than I thought. But, well, hey, we'll go wrong. Alright, so moving around. I mean, as mentioned, the green doesn't actually do a lot, and 2 of them were out anyway, so it was still probably the discard, but it would have been nice to have a pair anyway. Okay, red. So, turn your attack to become dealer, I think. Possible Sanshku again. I'm getting more possible Sanshkus than possible Itsus at the moment. So maybe it has swapped.
Riichi nya.
Well, we'll have to play safe to that. At least for discard 1, then we'll see. South should be fine, it's my wind. We can follow up for the time being. 7777. It's likely. Let's go for it. Four passes. Well, that's a hand. Battle for second at the moment. Indeed. I'm not going to follow that. I'm just going to east up for the moment. No, because at that point, sir, you're just you know, I don't want to tell people I've got Yakumans. I don't like that kind of thought process of I will deal in because of it. I like it to be genuinely punishing if you deal into one of my Yakumans. I don't like you to do it because you want to. It's denying the effort and the number of games I've had to play to get to that point, really. But no, I haven't had a Yakuman chance tonight, so, you know. I had one that was possibly getting there, but it wasn't there, so... In any case, this is extremely unlikely. You didn't win my... the one time I know that you've been in a game where I've had a Yakuman chance, and it was an obvious one, you didn't. But, you know. To be fair, I'm not even sure you could. We did joke about doing a Yakuman-only Mahjong game at one point, but I think if we did that, we'd have to apply some Tetsuya cheats to it. In some regard, which means complicated things on auto table or tabletop or something. Anyway, we left the White Dragon far too late. Well, let's see. No, it passed. We can simultaneously add 2 drinks. It's weird. Okay, that's a reasonable draw. Gives us some potential options in the middle.
Riichi.
There's an unlikely chance we could counterattack with our own possible Itsu, but probably not in this case. Not anymore, certainly. I'll take that though. That's a good draw. The 6 deals in though, doesn't it? Maybe. My dragon probably deals in more likely than that though. Okay. He reached on 6, they're by Vidora. I'm gonna assume he wants them. 4 mana should be okay, I think? Maybe? Oh. Oh, okay. Guess we get to ask the question again. Does 6-pin deal in? I see all the frees. That should be fine. Well, somebody's got something for it, but not you. Okay, 5 passes, which is the less optimal way this hand could go, but it's a safe path if we want to take it. And we get a chance to, of course. If the greens are stuck in Lily's and Prosperous hand, though, I don't think we're going to complete this. I suppose debating something. I'd say hopefully a risky tile. Well, yeah, sole player to play a white dragon. We also now can't trust that 5-pin discard. I'm going to play 7 man. I could play 1 against both of them actually. I was paying a bit more attention. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Nice discard. 9 so. 3636. Well, moving on. Another Easter round in the game that had to be quick. Alright, 6, 7, 8 Sanch Q. Here we go. Actually, you never know. This could go into something else. I guess. Alright, play north, play west, see what happens. I got the 1-2 over the 2-2-4 at the moment. Because Tanyo is a thing. No, that's not helping. Draw a discard from Draconis. So we do have the option of following that up. We also have the option of calling here. Call Toyso to be dealer? Maybe. I'm going to hold off for the time being though. Alright. Draw a discard of our own. So we got the Sanch Q here. I'm most likely looking at Chitoya triplets, which I suppose meant I could have kept that, but still. Especially now. Don't worry about it. I'm doing nothing. Don't worry about it. I don't have to do anything here. It's all good. I totally didn't discard a door into a call. Totally didn't do that. Totally nothing for you to worry about right now. You shan't in then?
本です。
Yeah, I'll take the pay away here. Largely because I thought it was going to be a 6. Oh, it was going to be a 6 thing, which technically has more outs, but... Hey, 2,000 points. Back on our starting value. We'll take it. Alright, see if we have a free roll. No. But I'm only 21-2. Well, just need to fill in some of these closed weights and then we'll be fine, won't we? Or we just go for the impossible hand, of course. No, no impossible hand for us. Yeah, this is just unfortunately a little awkward. That, though, is okay. Yeah, Chancer just feels bad. We also need the 9, which we don't have, which is Dora, so... We're also up now against 2 calls. But we are enchanting, so there's that. You get a chance to reach on this, I'm probably going to have to do it. Especially as I got the one that was the more likely problem. Alright, there we go. 7 man for victory, 3 of them remaining.
Riichi desu.
Victory being relative term right now. Yeah, I think Dharma's just being wishy and hopeful at this point, but... hoping for a 6-pin to upgrade it, but... Especially as dealer, and I'd like to at least put some pressure back on the table, but... I doubt Lily's folding this necessarily, but, you know. Oh, I mean, that'll do. I mean, end result is I'm 7,000 points closer, so I'll take it. Good draw. Get on that side of things first. I'm going to say there's an outside chance this becomes Honitsu, so I was hoping to just push on this direction, but actually it seems to kind of go that way. I'd love to draw the second white to confirm before I go Honitsu, but... because we can also go Chanter up here, so... not impossible. I'm not going to take that call, though. Yeah, I think that means we play it a bit more sensibly now. So 3-9's gone means this weight is pretty doomed. 4 gone. Alright, tea is finished. We are now at the peak of our powers. Which is depressing in its own way, but hey. Yeah, this weight is just doomed. Good news is we have a multitude of tiles that work out for us, I guess. Somebody wanted to go for that last of the first row, maybe? No. Alright, well, not the first one, did the second though, so... actually not fully comfortable attacking with, I guess.
Riichi!
Oh, fair enough. We'll just copy suit for the moment. See, I'd love to throw West, but West is actually their seat, so I'm going to go 1. Okay, well now I can throw West. And 7, so... oh dear, a new rival appears. Yeah, she had Dora free beforehand, so I fully say go for that. Yeah, no, absolutely got to go for that one. Oh well, third place then. 18k down. Some nonsense has occurred. Alright, so I am last dealer, so Draconis is on 8. 18k down. We can still do this, but we now need something to start working for us, I think. She's played 2 5-pins on her first 2 discards, which is interesting as well. Red 5. Okay, and starting to come together now. We've got green as our safe discard as well, so just would hope to be able to use this red 5 for something. Yep, not taking that for the time being.
Riichi-nya!
Well, this is why we keep a safe tile. Super Force HQ is a thing that could again happen. Alright, let's cut the ones and see if we can switch to Tanya. We don't necessarily need to go for this at this point, but... starting to look a little awkward now. Free. The frees are gone. It's not a definite, unfortunately. Oh, 4 it is then. Okay, what are the odds on first in? I was about to say, what are the odds on first in reach? Good. I mean, it still could be. No, not this time. Low 70 Peiko, and that is a dealer. Nope, non-dealer Hanneman. Well, the gap to second has gone down by 3,000, so yay. Or at least gap to Lily's gone down 3,000. Prospero was lower at that point, so. Okay, north. This is an acceptable start. Gotta be aware of the south bonus going on. But unfortunately, I don't have it, even though I'm sitting here. Good draw. Yeah, throw dragons here. We're probably going Tanya with this regardless. Well, Tarnpin most likely. Just hoping to get the Sand Q on top. That is not helping Sanchki, though. But... Pretty. So this gives us Reach Pinfu 4/7 to become dealer. What are my upgrade paths here? I'm gonna give it a turn and see if we can upgrade path this. Well, one turn
リーチ
given.
です。
Can't bother anymore. Let's just take it. But now I draw a 7 man, I'm not going to be happy. Oh well, Red Dragon is down.
Riichi です。
Okay, counter reach. Yeah, lovely time to draw that now. So the worst thing for us is if Draconis deals in, because we don't have a big enough reach to do anything more than secure third. Prospero 4-7 now would be lovely. Nope. Yeah, I've got to take the run off. Okay. Let's just see. We can take it off, Lily. Reach Pin Titanium. Actually, 3-9 would have been fine, but you know, gotta give Draconis the ability to give him his sticks. All right, so now we have a shot at taking second, or at least a realistic shot at second. Rest just depends on how many dealer turns we end up getting out of this round. To be fair, his was the second reach, so I don't know what he's complaining about. Nobody respects reaches. He clearly didn't. To be fair, he's in low position, so he was going to attack regardless. But you know, there was another reach on the table. Well, doesn't look as if we're going to be pairing dragons at the moment, so let's go one down. The rest of that isn't too bad, that being said. Sumo has failed me. Ah, you have heard the word of Suno. Indeed. Suno is definitely a thing. In fact, he's far more common a thing, but you know. Alright, getting there. So red's likely going to be given to somebody here, so we'll probably discard that next unless we randomly draw a pair right now. Nope. Okay, so possible for just the Ipeiko side of things. I'd probably take the Riichi Ipeiko here, especially with a chance of drawing a red 5. But also, it's South 4. I need to do something to get to second place, so whatever works will work. We're taking a long time on this one. We'll safe for the moment. Well, dealing in here would give us second. Well, the only safe tile we got is the 5, so we're playing that for now. We're not doing it happily. Well, let's see. Options exist. For a 10-5-8, let's go. Bad for a 10 wait for the game to continue.
Riichi desu.
Well, I feel doomed. But we have to stay in Tenpai anyway.
Tenpai.
Yep, I had the worst of them, but yep, that's all fine. Draconis does not respect. This is true, but he's also on 4,800, so he can't afford to respect. Alright. Dora, West, couple of dragons. Alright. Yep. All of which I need. In fact, that's all I need. I can just win with anything to take second now. But I do need to actually win it. to destroy Kokushi and win. Absolutely. And when Magical Christmas Land comes around again, you know, that's what I will ask for as well. Kind of want to keep the 8 here, but... Alright, we got West. No, Nagashi's only worth manga. They don't get a pot. They also the hand's impossible, so you know we could say whatever. Interesting. So we'll keep that on for double runs essentially. I mean, we technically have Tenpai if we draw a 4-7 here, or a 7. 4-7-7. Double South Draconis. And that 7 I needed. But it was in his hand anyway, so... I guess the big problem with us is just discarding the red 5 here, but we see all the 4s. Well, we see most of the 4s, it has to be said. Just trying to work it out. I'm going to do anything with that? I can't really. I know I'm giving information away, but I still can't do anything with that, so that's probably fine. I mean, we can take a Yakuza's Tempai with a call at the moment, but alright, let's go for this then. So this puts us Ishanten.
ポンです。
And we now have to worry about what the heck Draconis is up to. But I can play a safe tile against him. Most likely we're going to need that 7 pin anyway. So hopefully Prospero's going to play safe and give us one. Oh, that seems like a safe play to me from the lead. Thankfully we know 7's safe to... Safe over there. We can also call 6 so if one is played. Seems like it. He does like throwing away leads, I've noticed, but we'll see if we can actually force him to do it this time. I hate this. Well, I have a safe tile to 2 of them, so I have to play that. I'm going to have to get into Senpai again, though. So this 9's coming out. It's just a case of when.
それロンで。リーチ、ティンフ、タンヤオ、ドラ、ドラ、ドラ。羽マン。
Did that give away the lead? I have a feeling it did. It did. Yep, Prosper gave away the lead. Yeah, I gave away an extra Dora with that as well.
あれあれれ私もしかして1位
Well, that was a bad run of games for me, in all honesty. But yeah, GG for Lily. Right, well, I will call that a stream. Thanks for joining us, those who did. Clearly, the Triskaidekaphobia got the best of me, despite what I said at the very start of the stream. Anyway. Yeah, no. I was still a bit away from that. I was going to have to deal something dodgy to get there anyway. So, yeah, I was pretty much out of that one. At least in terms of result, not in terms of actions. But anyway, thanks for the games. I will catch you all next week for stuff and things. And if possible, I'll do some more ranked Tenho at some point this week. But I'm not certain on my availability, so we'll see. Anyway, this has been a longer stream than usual, so thanks for joining. Catch you later.